Hey guys, it's Will, and it's time for a quick update on my project for Tactical Jackalope's top speed build contest. Today is the 23rd, I believe. It's Wednesday, and I'm just over a week into it, and I just want to do the deal, and give you guys a quick update on where I'm at. Hopefully I will make sense because, quite frankly, I'm smoked. I have just finished doing a couple of hours of hard labor under the optivisor, putting together the HGW micro textile seatbelts, which I'll try to show you here in a minute. I'm also doing something a little bit different. I'm filming this one on my iPhone. I haven't been very happy with the quality of my videos. And I don't know if it's because I'm doing something wrong or maybe my old G9 Canon, just isn't quite up to the task. I don't know. So anyway, hopefully this will turn out, and I will remain coherent through the entire thing. But first, just a little bit about my strategy for this thing, because I know you guys are probably like, why is he building this Tamiya 132nd Mustang for this thing, and how is he going to pull this off? I've sort of had to look at this thing in two ways. One is, what can I actually accomplish in the 2 months that we're given in terms of building this model, not just with respect to what's in the box, but with the detail that I wanted to add to it. I got to be realistic, because for me, 2 months is not a lot of time. I've got about 35, close to 40 hours into the thing at this point, and when you see how little it appears that I've gotten done, you'll understand. I think somebody like Paul could go twice as fast as I am. But anyway, there's what can I actually accomplish, and then I'm also trying to put myself in the mindset of a guy who's got $1 bazillion and actually owns a P51 and wants to go racing in the unlimited class at Reno. And how would I approach that? And there's a little bit of a conflict there, because I love the lines of this airplane, and I just wouldn't want to cut it up, no matter how bad I wanted to win the races. And the bottom line is that if you want to go 480 miles an hour around the pylons, which is what it takes to win out there, you have to drastically reshape the airframe. You've got to clip 3 feet off of each wing, and you've got to pretty much drop a 3,000 horsepower Griffin engine into it in place of the Merlin. And I just don't think I could do that. I mean, I'd have to be rich enough to own 2 Mustangs in order to be willing to do that. So what can I actually accomplish, and how would I do this if this were a real airplane and it were mine, are sort of the two things that are guiding my approach to this. And that all kind of works together, because number one, it means that I'm not going to add I'm not going to add any detail that I don't absolutely need, like I said in my intro video. And that's going to save me a little bit of time. I'm not going to do any drastic body work, although I am filling in things like the obvious stuff. There's not going to be any guns on board, so I'm filling in the shell ejector ports. I used a little bit of plastic card for that. Got those all filled in with some squadron green putty. One of the other things is that you're not allowed to have a fuselage gas tank by FAA rules. So I had to figure out how to handle that, and obviously there's no radios in at least not the kind of radios that came in a Mustang aren't going to be there. So I kind of had to figure out a way to approach that, and you'll be able to see it better in a second. But I basically I used some plastic card and just I don't know how well you can see it, but I just blocked that off right there and made it like there was a panel there, because I didn't want a big gaping hole there either. So, oops, there goes the airbrush and the airbrush holder. I'll deal with that later. dropping things is just part of my routine. Last time I knocked that deal off the bench, it had a bunch of wet paint and thinner in it, and it went splattering all over the floor. So at least, yeah, at least it's not that bad this time. Anyway, I'm going to grab the camera and I'm going to try to get in close and show you a little bit of what I got done and talk for a minute about that, and that'll be it for this update. Okay, here are the aforementioned HGW seatbelts, and I can see that that's not going to focus very well, at least not up close. You know, it is what it is. I'm going to try and put some, well, there it is, that's not too bad. I'm going to try and put some photographs in at some point, but you can see these things are pretty nice, but they do have some issues, and I've had some struggles, both with the seat belts themselves and the instructions. Here you go. This is the entirety of the instruction sheet, and it makes an Edward instruction sheet look like a detailed engineering drawing by comparison. So it's pretty freeform, and I think I'm going to do a review on these at some point just to let you guys know what's up. I think they're very cool, but it is definitely not as straightforward as I'd hoped it would be. All right, here's kind of the overview of what I've got done. I have spent most of the last week in the cockpit, and so right now the only thing standing between me and closing up the fuselage is the seat belts. I put in a lot of hard work on the Edward photoetch. This is only my second go round with that stuff, and well, maybe I can get this to focus. There we go. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came out, but also very grueling. I bought both the interior and the exterior kit. The exterior kit I basically bought. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but right here you can see on the top there's this cockpit canopy slide rail. And that's basically the whole reason that I bought the exterior kit, also for the wheel, the landing gear bays. But the exterior kit's been a little bit of a disappointment. Number one is it's brass, and that rail is steel. And pictures I had seen on the internet led me to believe that this photoetch fret was steel and not brass. So a little bit of a disappointment there. I had to paint it, but hey, you know what? That's model building, right? You gotta overcome and adapt. So, you know, but I'm still pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty good and adds a really nice touch of realism. And there is the cockpit. And you can see in there a little bit. It's kind of hard with the there. That's a better angle. You can see a little bit more in there. So I'm pretty happy with it. One thing that I am displeased about is the Tamiya instrument panel. You know, it's the style where they want you to come in from the back with the clear piece and the decal, and so that means that the cutouts for the dials are really deep, and not only does that look a little weird, but it took a lot of gloss varnish in there to sort of achieve the look of glass, and that was a real hassle. Hey, so sorry, I had to do a little bit of a reset there. I ran out of space on my iPhone, and I knew that was probably going to be an issue, but that's okay because I was starting to ramble anyway. Some kind of photo etch induced delirium going on here. So anyway, I'll wrap this up. All I was saying is that the instrument panel on the Tamiya kit, because of the way they designed it, it makes the dial faces way too deep. So I can see why some people choose to use something like a Barracuda cast instrument panel. And next time I build this kit, and there will be another one, because I want to do one in true wartime trim, I will try to solve that instrument panel problem in a different way. But hey, this is my first Tamiya 1/32 scale kit, and it's only my second time around with photo etch, and so it's all just an adventure right now, and it is what it is. You know, it'll come out the way it comes out, and one thing's for sure, I'll learn a lot. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day for this video, and hopefully next time I see you guys to talk about this, I will be much further along, and hopefully be into getting prepped for paint. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Much love.